sides have reached an agreement on a contract extension. Stephen A., what do you think about the news?
I have no issue with this whatsoever for Jordan Love. This is the National Football League. Going out there and practicing, your season could be over in a practice session in football. You get your money first. I have no issue with this with Jordan Love whatsoever.
All right, back to the NFL, where week 1 is just 45 days away, paging Southern Steve. The Dallas Cowboys open training camp this week. Tons of headlines for them in an offseason where Jerry Jones said they were going all in. Meanwhile, the team did not make any big splash additions to their roster. There's also contract extensions with 3 stars, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons, all awaiting extension. COO and co-owner Stephen Jones had this to say on paying their guys.
We're trying to a little bit play Houdini and how to keep all these guys around Dak. When you start stacking them up like that, it's a challenge. It's not that it's not doable, but you certainly got to have some give and take if you want to do that. I know the Vikings there with Jefferson, when they, made that inordinate deal at the receiver spot, they don't have one player on their team other than Jefferson making over $20 million. It's no excuses. We think we can get this done. Know we can get it done, but it just takes time.
All right, let's bring in the man who found the fountain of youth. Clearly, he's living right. The one and only coach, the player, Herm Edwards. Great to see you, Coach. We got a kind of big delay with you, so I'm going to keep it rolling here. Stephen A., what's your reaction to what Stephen Jones had to say?
Listen, I don't want to hear that. Well, listen, I don't blame him. Let me take that back. I don't blame Steve.
This is your friend.
I don't blame my buddy, him and Jerry Jones, my buddies, okay? I don't blame them. And I have to confess, Coach, Harry, it's all my fault. It's all my fault.
You did
I've been away. You see what I'm saying? I've been away.
Yeah.
And so what happens is because I've been away, the Dallas Cowboys haven't been getting the attention they crave. And so they got to say some nonsensical stuff and put it in the media and go on the headlines to remind everybody, excuse me, we're still here, because we damn sure don't show up in the playoffs. But we're still here right now. You see what I'm saying? This is what they had to do, all right? So this is what it's about. I haven't been around. I've been chilling. I've been on my vacation.
What have you been doing?
That's undisclosed tropical location.
All of a sudden you're stuttering for the first time in your life.
Undisclosed tropical location.
Tell everybody your business now.
Something like that. They don't know where.
But
here's the deal.
Sometimes they catch you.
At the end of the day, what it comes down to is this, all right? You look at Stephen Jones, and they haven't done anything. They made a big mistake, Harry. They made a big mistake, Coach, not getting Derrick Henry. How you let him get to the Baltimore Ravens? If you get Derrick Henry in Dallas, especially for the money, because they only get like $8 million from Baltimore. If you get him in Dallas, because they only get like $8 million from Baltimore. If you get him in Dallas, you take an inordinate amount of pressure off of Dak Prescott, and therefore, because of that, he might not sit up there and panic come January. You understand? You ever thought about that? You take some of the load, some of the pressure off of him. It may have actually helped him and elevated his stock, but you didn't do that. So now it's perceived as you being at the mercy of Dak Prescott. I'm not buying that one bit. Certainly, you got to take care of those 3 because you didn't go out in the offseason and do much. But my priority would be Micah Parsons. That's me. And the reason I say that, I understand from a business perspective, it's the National Football League, the quarterback's the priority. I get all of that. CeeDee Lamb is a stud. We get all that. I understand that. Yep. But I'm talking mystique. I'm talking the brother that shows up. And excuse me, listen, I'm going to get at the quarterback. I'm going to hold it down on the defensive side of the ball. We going to make up for what we know the quarterback ain't going to give us. Now, we can't make up. And I understand they got blitzed by Green Bay in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. That's on them. They just did. I don't know what the hell was wrong with them. Had players coming on talking about they were tired. They came on first day, they were talking about they were tired. I don't know if you saw that episode. They talking about they were tired. You understand what I'm saying? I couldn't believe it.
That was on our show.
I said it was on our show. So I get that. I'm just saying, I just think that Micah Parsons, nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that, and he's got to show up in the playoffs too, but Micah Parsons, to me, is that dude that personifies so much of what Cowboy fans believe they are. I'm taking care of that brother. I'm not losing that brother.
Now, Stephen A., we already know the quarterback position is the most important.
I know.
And if you don't have Dak Prescott, you putting your faith in Trey Lance?
You know what? How about Cooper Rush?
Are you, please, don't you dare do that. Don't do that, Stephen A.
Hey,
Don't disrespect Dak like that.
Cooper
Please
Rush
don't
held
do
it
that.
down.
Yeah, he did hold it down.
Just like Joe
He did
Flacco
hold
held
it
it down.
down.
Cooper Rush held it
He
down.
did hold
You
it down.
know I'm right.
Please.
He did hold
Carry
it
on.
Y'all spare me with the nonsense.
Carry on.
I think the quarterback position is the one you got to take care first. But here's the thing. If I'm Dak Prescott, I don't want it done right now. If I'm Dak Prescott, I want to get to the end of the season. Because number one, I'm going to bet on myself.
I understand that.
The most important thing any NFL player wants to do to get to be an unrestricted free agent. He can't be franchise tag, Stephen A. He can't be traded. So the ball right now, in my opinion, when it comes to contract negotiations or a contract overall, is in Dak Prescott's court. Now, when you talked about Michael Parsons, you said, he's going to ball. He's going to show up for you. In playoffs too?
Listen, brother.
No, because you can't. I ain't going to let you get on Dak Prescott. I'm not going to. So?
What?
So was Aaron Donald.
Listen, you can't compare the
So
two.
was Aaron Donald.
You can,
Aaron Donald was double team, triple team. He showed up no matter what. If you great, it don't matter. You don't think T.J. Watt not double team?
That's the analogy.
Is T.J. Watt not double team?
Donald or T.J. Watt, those are the analogies you use. I mean, these
Well,
are
when you
generational
mention
kind of
Lawrence
guys.
Taylor and then you tell me Michael Parsons, of course I'm gonna bring up other guys.
I got
you.
Who's double team or triple team.
I got you.
All right, can we bring in another,
you.
the Herm, who knows a little bit about football too? Herm, can you be the tiebreaker for me here?
Well, it's real simple. And Stephen A. mentioned it, and Harry's mentioned it. We can say all we want about the Dallas Cowboys and how they played during the season. This football team has won 36 games, similar to the Kansas City Chiefs, except the Kansas City Chiefs have won 2 Super Bowls. These guys don't show up in the bright lights when the playoffs starts. That's the problem. Dak Prescott has 2 playoff wins. Jerry Jones has watched this over and over and over again. He's watched it at the quarterback position with Dak. Dak had his best year, threw 36 touchdown passes last year. Number 1 offense, scored 29 points last year, a game. But this is a team, when it gets into the playoffs, the lights are too bright for the Cowboys. They're stars. They're stars. Stephen A., stars got to show up in playoff competition. They haven't done that. That has been their Achilles heel. They win games during the season. And you talk about those 3 players, they're all fantastic. There's no doubt about it. But what do you do in the playoffs? We just talked about Lamar Jackson not winning Super Bowls, right? That's where Lamar Jackson's at right now. Can he win some Super Bowls? It's about the playoffs. What do you do in the playoffs? The Dallas Cowboys get eliminated. They haven't been to the championship game since 1995, Stephen A. That's a long time, last time I checked.
It's a long time.
Well, I love how you talking to me like I didn't remember. I mean, I got the date for you. You need the date and the time they went home? I mean, I know them. I know them by heart. I ain't worried about it. I mean, I know exactly what it is. But listen, in all seriousness, Harry, again, from a football standpoint, nobody can dispute what you're saying. I'm not even trying to. I know the quarterback. I'm just saying he don't deserve it. 2 playoff victories in 8 years, man. I mean, listen, we talk about the market, and I get the notion that you are what the market, your value is what the market says it is. And I'm not.
Don't deserve it, or
he doesn't deserve it because he doesn't show up in the postseason. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they just paid Trevor Lawrence $55 million a year.
Well, listen, I mean,
that's the same person.
I saw Trevor Lawrence overcome a 27-0 deficit and win a playoff game the year before. Now, last year he wasn't great.
Not Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence, yes.
Okay, you did. You're right.
Jacksonville, 2 years ago. All right, now last year he didn't do that, but the year before he did that. I'm saying I'm looking at a Dak Prescott. Do you know that Dak Prescott's best playoff performance, one could easily argue, was in a loss to Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay? When they lost, when Aaron Rodgers sat up there and scrambled to his left and threw that dime down the left sideline. I mean, you look at Aaron Rodgers and his greatness, and that overcame Dak Prescott in a playoff game against Green Bay early in the year. I think it was his first playoff game. Outside of that, Dak Prescott has wet the bed on far too many occasions, bro. And I'm saying to you, don't get me wrong, you got to give him his money because of the market. But I'm just saying, I'm just looking at him. If you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, are you excited about retaining Dak Prescott?
Are you excited?
Excited.
Are you excited for Trey Lance or Cooper Rush as your quarterback?
No. But what
because you won't even be relevant if one of those guys are your quarterback.
I'm saying to you that, guess what? I can make an argument. What do I got to lose? I can make that argument because of what we see come January from Dak Prescott.
Where do you have Dak Prescott? Like, where do you rank him amongst top quarterbacks?
You know why I have him, Molly. That's why you bring it up.
Well, I want Herm to react.
Number 5 in the NFL right now, based off what he did last year.
Okay.
The entire NFL.
I have him number 5.
right.
He's 5th on my list.
Okay, so you clearly talk about regular season.
Herm, I need to hear from you.
He's 5th on my list.
Harry. Yeah, Harry. Harry, you're saying number 5 during the regular season.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, Coach, Coach, I don't know if
season.
y'all remember this or
It
not,
can't
but
be.
if you're not
Let's
good in
look
the
at the
regular
whole body of
season,
work now.
you can't even make it to the postseason.
We talking
So we
playoffs?
just gonna ignore the simple fact that the man was top 2 in QBR, completion percentage, touchdowns, passing rating, 3rd in yards. If you're not good in the regular season, you don't even have a chance in the game.
But you're not understanding my question. What I'm saying to you is, are you sure, just for regular season purposes, are you sure that a guy like Cooper Rush can't do that?
I'm 100% sure.
Guys, why are we talking about the regular
100%
season?
sure.
I care about the playoffs.
I'm 100% sure.
No, I'm just saying because what I'm saying is that Dak
Postseason.
Prescott is elite during the regular season.
Coach, where is he in the postseason? Is he top 5?
Oh, not very good. No.
I wonder
Heavens
where
no.
Aaron Rodgers is.
This is why the conversation isn't where it's at right now. And he's sitting there. This is why he's not getting the money that he wants. Because his record in the postseason is not very good. He's won 2 playoff games with an elite football team.
Coach, what do you attribute
You have
that
to win more games than that.
Is that on him not being clutch in the biggest moments, or is that on coaching?
Him.
Let Coach answer. Hold on.
He plays with the ball. He has something to do with it. But he also needs help by his teammates who don't seem to play well in playoff games. All these stars that are about to get paid. Look at their playoff stats.
I'm not going to put that on CeeDee Lamb. I'm not going to put that on CeeDee Lamb. That's about the quarterback. But I'm going to tell you this. Fair enough. But, it's interesting because, see, the line that I use, Harry, is that I'm brilliant because I know I'm not.
Yeah.
I listen to those who are, and I learn.
Yeah.
And the reality is that I am blessed to be here because I learned from an abundance of football analysts. Where y'all slip up is y'all don't understand that I watch all of y'all. So I listen to what y'all say. And I know how to compartmentalize, peel from it, and find what's relatable and what isn't. I hear y'all talking all the time about big moments and who shows up and who doesn't with an abundance of other subjects. But then we want to get to Dak Prescott and we want to say, yeah, he shows up in the regular season. Nah, what do we say about everybody else? So I'm sitting there like this. Hey, you set the standard. You know how many times I watch Harry Douglas that sit up there and tell us about the playoffs, and you know how many times, and I and venturing beyond football, getting basketball, getting everything else, boxing, don't get me started. I'm listening to you talking about a whole bunch. Yo, man, this was the moment. This was the moment. And where was he? You understand? I saw you sit in this chair. In this chair. It's a big seat to fill now.
Did I do a good job?
You made me proud. You made me proud. But you did a good job. But you sat up here and you talked about moments. And you said, they got to show up. But then we get to Dak Prescott. You got to get to you got to do well in the regular season in order to get to the playoffs.
Right.
Nah.
I got to get in commercial.
Nah.
Herm at some
He's pulling a U-turn. He's agreeing to terms with the Broncos.
Help is on the way. Help is on the way.
Throws it down the field. It's caught at the 10. And this game is over. The Cowboys win it. It is decked. Down he goes. The ball is loose. It's picked up by Dallas and Armstrong. He's got a convoy. He's going to walk in for the touchdown. They hand to Elliott. He's got it and then some. Big throw. Just the hands and goes. That is Lamb. Here's one of the end zone.